Hey guys, what's going on? Inception here, and welcome to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, the promo for Team of this season has just begun. Team of the season so far, and we just finished Thuram's card. So this is the first card we are going to be reviewing for today. I'm going to try to get my hands on the Squad Battles Objective card. Probably going to unlock a cardie myself so I can give you guys an SBC review and all that fun stuff. But as you guys know, I like to get the gameplay review out for you guys as soon as possible. So we did end up completing this card. And it's a very interesting it's an interesting one at that, because of the fact that he is French and he fits in my team perfectly because of all the right links that he needs, right? So we're looking at a card that is 6'4" with high-low work rates, right-footed, 3-star skill moves, 3-star weak foot. So right off the bat, this is obviously a concept card, right? He has very good stats. He could potentially feel like a Holland, you know, like a card that is just going to be a physical monster on the pitch that could win the ball in the air a few times, that could just outmuscle a lot of players. Maybe his high-low work rates off the ball movement-wise could be very good as well. So let's take a look at his traits first. We have no traits with this card. Attributes, we have 90 acceleration with 94 sprint speed, which is obviously pretty solid for a striker. He has 90 finishing with 97 shot power. So the finishing is pretty good, but take into consideration that he doesn't have the weak foot, which EA probably should have given him, but it's whatever. In regards to passes, you could actually pass with this card with the engine chemistry style, because I personally think the engine chemistry style is the only one you should be giving him because of the balance boost that this card requires. Because of the fact that he is 6'4", that balance part will be very, very noticeable in the card, in my opinion. I don't think you can do anything about that specifically for it to not be noticeable. However, he does have base card stats of 90 attacking positioning. So again, that with the high-low work rates is going to be very interesting to see, especially since I'm pretty sure this guy has a big body type in game with that 99 strength that he has as well. So that should be very interesting too. He has 82 composure, which isn't the best obviously as well, but the dribbling stats that he generally has, they could compensate well for the balance. I really hope that the plus 10 for the balance increase with the engine chemistry style will help him out a bit in regards to responsiveness, but we'll see what's up with that obviously, right? The 3-star is a big thing that's like putting me off a little bit with the card, but this is the type of stuff that you have to try out in game. He could still be a really good card, right? Defensive stats, obviously nothing, and then physical stats. So the physical stats, I feel like, is going to be a big part of this card. So it's a very strange card because in regards to characteristics that he has, right? He has some things that are a little bit odd, right? So he has strength, aggression. Oh, it doesn't have aggression, but he has the strength, the body type. But then he also has the high-low work rates with the 90 attacking positioning. So who knows, man? Maybe he has really, really good off-the-ball movement and just gets into positions really nicely. Never know, right? So this is going to be perfect for me to try out on my team because of the tactics that I'm going to be setting for this card. I'm going to show you guys exactly what I'm going to be using. It's going to be the 4-2-3-1 as we normally do, right? Pressure on heavy touch, 5 and 5. Possession, 4 and 2. So possession should be very interesting. I'm actually going to switch this to balance just for now, right? Just for the sake of the review. We want to be able to see what he's like with just regular instructions, and then I'll switch to my tactics if I need to as the game progresses. Obviously, he's going to be playing up top as a striker. My 3 cams are aggressive-oriented cams, especially with Bernardo Silva Ken, so I'm going to see how they work off of Thuram, especially since I gave him the engine chemistry style. With the passing boost, he could potentially do really good passes to certain areas. I just don't think he's going to dribble quick enough in those areas. But again, it could surprise me in game. His dribbling could feel significantly better. I know that Team of the Week moments Bale felt better than I thought, but you could still feel his characteristics a tiny bit, right? So that should be very interesting. In regards to instructions, we don't want to tell him to come back. We don't want to tell him to stay central. I need to see what his characteristics are like first, and then we're gonna rotate with the instructions a little bit, see what's up, and see what fits best with this card. That's going to be the most important thing. So yeah, we're going to be using 5 and 5 for balance, pressure on heavy touch, but that's a generic thing I like to use just to make the game interesting for myself. And then, yeah, let's go into a game, see how he plays. Hopefully he's a beast. He's pretty big in game. You could obviously see that the body type is going to be a very influential thing on this card for sure. Good first time pass right there. I think those are going to be really helpful with this card for sure. You could already see he's super aggressive. You see that? Instantly, high-low work rates, pushes into the position. Transitions back into the middle nicely. Do you make that run instantly right there? You do. Okay. Okay. Not too bad. High-low work rate's incredibly noticeable on the card. Super, super noticeable. This guy's going to make runs like crazy, so we're going to have to see what's up with that. His dribbling's actually not that bad. You notice the balance part. The balance part for sure you notice. 100%. It's like a characteristic of his. First time shot with your right foot at that angle, not bad. Good little finish right there. Has a shot power, pushes into position instantly when he was playing in the midfield area. So he was out of position, he understood, hey, I need to get back into the striker position. Goes right back, scores the opportunity. So, yeah, in regards to responsiveness, he's pretty responsive, but you notice that the balance affects the smoothness of his dribbling, if that makes any sense, right? So that's something that you can't escape, obviously, with this card, but he does feel responsive. It's just his characteristic to be an off-balance type dribbler, right?
Where the pass was going, read it.
Ooh, nice little finesse shot there at Bernardo Silva. I like Thuram's off-the-ball movement so far. His off-the-ball movement with the high-low work rates, balance instructions is actually working out really nicely. Not aggressive in that situation, which was smart, obviously. Shouldn't have been aggressive there anyways. Yeah, so the balance part, super, super noticeable. But he is responsive. That's very important. Let's see how he plays off this run right here. Touch, shot from that angle. Nice finish. Very nice finish. His off-the-ball movement, like I said, guys, those high-low work rates, super noticeable on the card. He's playing off of the attackers really nicely. He's an aggressive attacker for sure, so... and he's one of those guys that, like, he likes to kind of go to the side and go to the middle. I love that characteristic with strikers. It was, like, a big thing when I was, like, reviewing Storyline Bellotti as well. And, Thuram is choosing when to do those certain runs really nicely. He's choosing the positions nicely, for sure. Nice shot from that angle, under pressure. Good block right there. Yeah, so again, I know I gotta keep saying this. Like, the balance part is definitely noticeable on the card. But you know how sometimes when a player has, like, really poor balance, they're actually super unusable dribbling-wise? You could see that his dribbling is actually responsive. Like, he does the commands quickly. It's just that he does, like, the push touches, which isn't really exactly what you want your players to do, given, like, really certain situations. But it's not a huge nuisance on him with the engine chemistry style, for sure.
That did look a decent attack until the interception.
You can kind of feel that heaviness when he has to, like, turn around, you know? See that little, like, that quickness with his dribbles right there? It's nice, man. I wish most of the cards that, like, had these characteristics where their balance was off were still responsive enough to play with that poor balance, if that makes any sense. It would make cards definitely, like, fun in this game for sure. Like, if it was like a Harry Kane doing the same thing as well, like, you could notice his balance, but he's really responsive regardless. I feel like that'd be really cool, to be honest. Near post strike. The great thing about this card is that he has the shot power. He doesn't have the 99 finishing, which unfortunately you have to sacrifice. In that situation right there, with higher finishing, you have more of a chance for the player to really hit the sides in those positions. But shot power, incredibly noticeable in a situation like that. We could have gone for the finesse shot as well, but finesse shots are not really consistent. But, you know, let's see what he's like on the corner here, if I can actually get this to him. There you go, right? Tallest player on the pitch, goes to the near post angle right there. Could potentially score a corner kick for you as well. Oh, good off the ball movement right there. Yeah, very good. Shot power from there. We got really lucky. I like that he was kind of like, you guys see this is what I'm talking about when players have really good base attacking positioning. Now, it's at 90. You really notice it when someone has like 96, 97 and stuff, right? But you saw how when he was making the run, he didn't consistently make that one run. He was always rotating to see what the best position was because he was playing off of my dribbles. Very, very important thing for strikers to be incredibly usable in the game. And he did do that in that situation, so... very, very important. Okay, how do you run in this situation right here? How do you play off my dribble right here? Stops instantly. That's good. Stays in the onside position really nicely to be able to get that scoring opportunity there, so that's really good. See how he plays over here. Goes back into position quickly to get into certain situations where he could potentially score. So... unfortunately, I will say this. It's very, very noticeable that he's definitely like a concept card for sure in regards to specifics of the game's meta and whatnot. But is he fun to use? Absolutely, right? These cards, in regards to upgrades, whether you're a Bundesliga fan or just a French fan or whatnot, They're always really, really fun cards to use. Like I said, if this was like an Andre Silva card, like I would use the hell out of this card because it's incredibly usable, and some of the stuff that he compensates well for when he doesn't have certain like meta criteria stuff, he's pretty nice, man. There's a lot of cards that don't meet meta criteria that are just incredibly usable in this game, which is very, very important. Like, with Quaresma's card, like, I love Quaresma with all my heart, right? But the high-low work rates in the sides and the 81 stamina is such a huge killer on that card, right? It's just a very poor balance between those two things. But the thing about this card is that he's usable in his own ways, even if his characteristics are not necessarily the greatest for the meta, you know what I'm saying? But he's incredibly usable, right? I wish Quaresma had like high medium 86 stamina. That would make him a little bit more usable in the meta that the game basically provides. But yeah, that's what I'm just trying to make the comparison in regards to Thuram being a really usable card, right? Balance right there, very, very noticeable. Just from the like the initial touch and all that kind of stuff, right? All right, guys. So final verdict on the Thuram card. In my opinion, he's definitely like a concept card for sure that actually plays quite nicely in game in regards to having fun with him because he kind of abides to the meta in a certain way. He's obviously not a meta card by any means. There's obviously a lot of things that's definitely lacking with this card, but he's definitely incredibly usable. Off the ball movement with him with the high-low work rates is actually really nice. You can kind of mess with his instructions a little bit, and I feel like he'd play any of the aggressive-oriented ones really nicely. I think that on a possession-based playstyle that, you know, the one that I usually play with, the 4-width, the possession-based playstyle, I feel like his characteristics of aggressive attacking would actually work out really nicely with those instructions too, because his attacking positioning in certain places in the middle was actually really nice. And again, very important that he starts to transition to the side, go back into the middle. Very huge characteristic to have for strikers to make them usable. Obviously, the 3-star part is very, very lackluster. If you get him on his right foot with that 97 shot power, 90 finishing, you have a lot of potential to score a really good opportunity. But it's not a crazy card by any means, right? But the engine chemistry style 100% helps it out very, very significantly, okay? In regards to responsiveness, maybe it's the dribbling, maybe it's the ball control, but it's always a combination of these three stats right here, right? In regards to the height that he has, the body type that he has, and those three main stats with the agility and balance. He is responsive in game, but the balance part kills the responsiveness feel of the card, if that makes any sense, right? So, yeah, regardless, it's a concept card that you get through a gameplay objective. You don't have to do wins for this gameplay objective. It's literally just playing division rivals matches, scoring goals, assisting goals, all that fun stuff. So it makes sense for the objectives that you have to do for this card. So hopefully you guys enjoy this review today. I will catch you guys for the next one later today. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys.